film of what you guys were able to do, 187 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Just thoughts after being able to take a look at it.
Yeah, just again pleased with our players' effort. Again, thought we played with a lot of passion and toughness. Thought for the most part they played fast, and our positioning was good. I thought our guys played strong up front. Our fits were pretty good. Situational football, red zone, third down, fourth down. Guys did a nice job. And kind of probably the most displeasing part was the drive just before the half, 2 drives before the end of the half, where we let them get down the field and they scored a field goal where we really had a chance. I think it was 17-3 at the time, and gave them that field goal to give them a little bit of hope, going into half. Made a couple mistakes on that drive, but they play a lot of guys. Again, we got a long way to go improvement-wise, fundamentals, technique, positioning, just a lot of things that we got to get better at. But through 3 games, and again, trying to help guys grow up, pretty pleased.
For the defensive line in particular, how do you think those guys have played for the first 3 weeks as far as, I guess, what you were expecting out of them?
I thought they've gotten better. I think they've gotten noticeably better as a unit. Again, particularly at defensive end, where you have you lost a lot of experience, not just Cleveland and Austin. You lost a guy that had been being groomed, hadn't played in a year, but you had Richard Yergin, Chris Register. Those guys are seniors, are always valuable to have. But to see guys like, again, those 5 guys are all kind of growing up still, and then Tyler Davis and Niles and Jordan, Darnell, Rook. I think those guys all played there inside. You've seen them noticeably just get better, each week.
Just watching it, I thought KJ Henry might have taken a step forward.
Yeah.
I saw it, being able to get the quarterback, then on the next play set the edge like he should. Are you seeing that continue?
Yeah, learning how to be a really good D end and how to be physical and fundamentally sound and put your eyes where they belong, and keep your nose over your toes and play with bent knees and not look in the backfield. Just trying to just learn how to be a disciplined player, and he's done a nice job of that. Really noticeably from where we were in the spring to where we were at the beginning of camp to where we were at the end to now where we are through 3 games. He's done a nice job, getting better. I've seen Xavier Thomas kind of do the same. Justin Maskell do the same. So.
What goes into a unit having a couple of those big-time goal line stands like you did against Georgia Tech, this time against Syracuse, in situations where
the team's
going to score like
I think
90%
attitude, belief, confidence, those 3 things, just to be a good competitor in anything. I think those are great qualities and traits to have. Having the right kind of attitude, some mindset. They come down here, we hold them to field goals. We, force a turnover, get a 4th down stop. And so it's got to come with attitude, as opposed to, oh man, we got the ball down here. They're gonna score. It's easy points. So I think just having the right mindset and the attitude, and then the belief. You can, patient and play it one play at a time. You can have success, and it takes a lot of toughness and courage to do that too.
And we talked about everybody who you lost coming into this season, but did you see maybe this kind of attitude on
I think that's developed. I mean, it's easy if you sit there, oh yeah, we knew it all along. I didn't. Yeah. That's developed. They decide on what that's going to look like. And we're still, again, a work in progress. We really are. You got to keep everything in perspective, whether it's Georgia Tech and the new staff and option football, trying to be a spread, to, Syracuse and the struggles they're having maybe up front, and have a new quarterback. You got perspective, But our guys have the right mindset. We got good leadership, and we got a group of guys that care, that play really hard, that let you coach them hard. So this has been a fun group in itself too. Last year was fun because even though they were veteran and experienced guys, they still had a humility to them, and let you still coach them. There's ownership, and so far so good, and through 3 games.
You got to be pleased about that leadership developing too, because obviously you have.
Yeah, we lost a lot of great
outsized
leadership.
pieces. Yeah.
Great leadership. That particularly Trayvon Mullen was a great leader in the secondary, and then Trey and Kendall, JD and Judah, and Jalen. There's 5 guys, and we had Shaq was a really good leader. Shaq was, for a guy that hadn't played, probably our best leader for a guy that hadn't played as much. Just had a lot of respect. So there's 6 linebackers you lost. And then again you lost not only the foursome, but then you lost again. You lost a Huggy, and then but a guy like Chris Register was a well-respected guy. That brings know-how and experience and things like that, and ownership. And that's a lot of what leadership too is. Man, I've paid the price. I want a real small little sliver over here, and this matters to me. It matters what you do and your attitude and so forth. So. Some guys have bigger roles on the field, and so you feel like, there's more of a leadership, but everybody can contribute, leadership. So to see that group of guys really kind of come into their own, and I'm talking really about the returning guys in the secondary, and then, Isaiah and Chad and Jamie, in particular, being good leaders, where we took it from really that foursome plus again those backers, and now it's kind of transformed that back 7 as a whole, providing a lot of good leadership.
What can you say about the season Isaiah Simmons has happened so far, and what he brings to the table, and giving you that rare piece that you can put out there and just to kind of just freak people out with?
Yeah, I mean he's a very dynamic player, and has a chance to be a great player, and is on his. You got to do that for a whole year, see if that's what you can become. But he gives you a lot of versatility. He's long, he's athletic, his football IQ is really improved. And now, again, just trying to just still polishing and working to clean up fundamentals and techniques and things of that nature to help him become a great player. But his work ethic is terrific. I think he took more snaps than anybody on the team in the game, so he's got a lot of durability as well with his role in special teams, and then his role as a player. You could do a lot of different things with him.
Mario played most of the second half. How do you think he played?
He did very well. Yeah, he did very well. Mario really showed up, played well. Made the most of his opportunity. Not really displeased with any part of what he did when he got in there.
When you sit down on Sunday with a blank slate to devise a game plan for the new opponent, do you have fun with that aspect of it? Do you get enjoyment out of putting together a scheme?
Yeah, there's strain involved, and you enjoy that part until you get it worked out. There's a lot of strain, and then you got to get everybody. Staff-wise, we all, collaborate and do it together. And then you got to get, your players to be able to understand what you need to do in order to win. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, but you got to, give your players the best chance to be successful. And there's enjoyment, especially when it works. But that's a daily challenge. It's a way to be competitive, as a person. I get to come to work and be competitive every day. And, where you really feel like if you don't do a good job today, you're going to fail. So that, is a motivator, in itself.
Is there a balance in doing what you want to do, but not overcomplicating it for the players?
Sure. Yeah, always. Yeah. Yeah, so a spread-based tempo offense. They want to run the ball. They give you a bunch of personnel groups They're going to divide the field, a lot of eye candy pre-snap, shifts, motions, end overs, tackle overs. They've got really good running backs, a good quarterback that's athletic, throws the ball with good touch and accuracy, can run around. They have designed quarterback run game, and good receivers. Number one is a really good player. Running back has excellent. LeMay, he's got excellent instincts. He's strong, powerful. He looks like Maurice Jones-Drew. Stocky, good balance, good explosion, great instincts. Runs through a lot of arm tackles. They got some good players, and staff's put them in a good position to be successful. They'll attack you, interiorly with the inside zone, and get outside and run their jet sweeps and stretches and power counter toss, all of those things. Got all the tricks to go along with everything. We got to really do a great job this week with our discipline and gap integrity, and a lot of it option principles, wing T principles. With some spread throwing game, you'll get empty, and you'll get two back, two tight looks, and then everything in between. So they Coach Healy's done a good job where he's been, and just 3 games into it, I think they scored the most points at App since maybe Miami. I think scored 45 a couple of years ago in an opener, and we all have great respect for App State, and they went up and down the field on them, at their place. So a year ago, I think App beat Charlotte 45-7, and then they put 40-some points on App this year. It's 55-44 or something like that. So they're doing a good job in utilizing their personnel, the right way. So we're going to have to show up. We're going to have a great week of prep. These guys, really require you to play with a lot. You can't just overpower them. You got to play option sound football, and then all the passing game that goes along with it.
Right, you guys are one of the fewest analyzed teams in the ACC. Is there a balance in teaching that discipline against wanting these guys to go full out all the time?
I think the discipline is kind of a way you run your program, and it carries over good or bad onto the field. And that's what I see. They're gonna be slappies off the field. They're gonna be slappies on the field too. I don't think it's person of excellence off the field and then you look like the Keystone Cops on the field.
Right.
So I really think it's how you run your program. Hopefully it's reflective to how you play, on the field.
You said you want to see Isaiah become more polished. What does that process look like when you're trying to get a player more?
You just play again. You just really no, that's not good enough. Get your feet underneath your shoulders and keep your nose down and be patient. Don't cross over. It's like correcting all the little things. Take a better angle, align differently. It's literally as simple as that, and then you'll have a really nice result. And so then when you get to the point of attack, you got your hips behind you. You can play behind your pads. You're not getting the guy down like this, half cockeyed and tackling him with your butt. You actually striking him with your pads and knocking him backwards, and it's a better finish. Just being a better finisher, and making more plays. Just cleaning up, again, fundamentals and technique, and that's what it is. All right.